Once upon a time, in the small town of Willowbrook, there lived a young man named Charlie. Charlie was an average guy who worked a typical 9-to-5 job in a cramped office. His life was nothing extraordinary, but he always managed to find humor in the mundane. One gloomy Sunday evening, Charlie couldn't help but feel a sense of dread settle upon him. He glanced at the calendar hanging on his wall, and there it was, mocking him like a mischievous imp. Monday. The day dreaded by workers around the world. Charlie muttered to himself.
"Aw shit, it's Monday again."
The alarm clock blared mercilessly at 6 a.m. the next morning, piercing through Charlie's dreams of exotic adventures and sunny beaches. With a heavy sigh, he reluctantly rolled out of bed, his feet landing on the cold floor. The world outside was still cloaked in darkness as Charlie prepared himself for another day in the monotonous grind. Charlie stepped into the shower, hoping the hot water would wash away his Monday blues. But as fate would have it, the shower head decided to malfunction, unleashing a jet of ice-cold water that sent Charlie jumping out of the tub, shivering and wide awake.
"Just great."
he muttered.
Monday strikes again.
Dressed in his usual business attire, Charlie made his way to the kitchen, hoping a hearty breakfast would lift his spirits. As he reached for the cereal box, a high-pitched screech echoed through the room, and a cloud of smoke billowed from the toaster. Toasting was not in the cards for Charlie that morning.
"Seriously? Aw shit, it's Monday indeed."
he grumbled. Charlie rushed out the door, determined to catch the bus to work on time. But as luck would have it, he barely missed it. He watched helplessly as the bus drove away, leaving him standing alone at the stop. A slow drizzle started to fall from the sky, adding insult to injury. Charlie pulled up his collar and trudged towards the nearest coffee shop. Inside the coffee shop, Charlie joined the line of bleary-eyed commuters, all equally burdened by the weight of Monday. When it was finally his turn to order, the barista flashed him a sympathetic smile and said,
"Sorry, sir, but we're out of coffee today."
Charlie's jaw dropped, and he couldn't help but let out a bitter laugh.
"Aw shit, it's definitely Monday."
he exclaimed. Resigned to his fate, Charlie made his way to the office, his steps heavy with defeat. As he walked in, his boss called him into his office.
"Charlie, we have a problem.
His boss said, looking grave.
All our systems crashed over the weekend, and we need you to fix it."
Charlie's eyes widened, realizing the enormity of the task. But instead of feeling overwhelmed, a glimmer of excitement flickered in his heart. Charlie rolled up his sleeves and dived into the problem, his usual Monday blues fading away. Hours turned into minutes as he poured his energy into finding a solution. Finally, after much trial and error, the system sprang back to life. The office erupted in cheers, and Charlie was hailed as the hero of the day. As Charlie packed up his things that evening, a sense of accomplishment filled his weary bones. Yes, it had been a Monday full of mishaps and obstacles, but it had also been a day of unexpected triumph. Charlie smiled to himself, realizing that even in the most challenging moments, there was always a glimmer of hope and a chance to turn things around. And so, as Charlie stepped out into the cool evening air, he couldn't help but think.
Ah shit, it was a hell of a Monday after all.